Here is an explanation for the answer to final exam question number 50, found on page 672 of Teach Yourself, Electricity and Electronics, 5th edition. The question asks us about the importance of the noise figure in the front end of a radio receiver. Well, this is a block diagram showing the antenna. The front end is always the very first circuit that the signal encounters after it arrives from the antenna. It's a radio frequency amplifier, and it's important that this circuit generate a minimum of internal noise, because whatever noise this circuit generates of its own will be amplified by the subsequent radio frequency amplifier stages, and ultimately also by the audio or other amplifier stages following the detector. So the front end is a critical circuit. It's generally a sensitive radio frequency amplifier. It's important that this have a good noise figure, meaning it generates very little internal noise. However, the extent of that importance, the criticalness of the front end, depends on the frequency and therefore also on the wavelength. If we look at choice A, 200 meters, in this particular question, that is a frequency of 1.5 megahertz, which lies at the top of the standard AM broadcast band. There is a lot of atmospheric noise at 200 meters. There's a lot of atmospheric noise, largely because of thunder showers and geomagnetic field activity and things like that, even human-made devices that comes in here. So going to extreme great pains to make the front end have a very, very excellent noise figure would be a diminishing returns in this case. It's relatively less important as the wavelength increases. Now, if we get up to 20 meters, that is 15 megahertz. There's a lot less atmospheric noise at 15 megahertz than there is at 1.5 megahertz, so the noise figure becomes more important. If we go all the way up to 2 meters, 150 megahertz, there's much less noise going to be coming in from the antenna, so it becomes even more important that the front end have a good noise figure. And when we get into wavelengths like 20 centimeters or 2 centimeters, which are practically in the microwave zone, the noise figure is exceedingly important. So the least important wavelength of those listed here is 200 meters, and that is choice A, as in alpha.